Did you know that when you sit there and you notice people around you, do you ever take the time to help them out or see the way the world works? To give you an idea, the movie Final Destination. You know what they taught me? Some people don't understand this, but they taught me to look at patterns, signs all around me, and to act on these signs. So let me tell you what happened today. Before my journey on going onto the road, I want to get things ready. So for some reason, as I'm getting everything ready to put in my car, although they still haven't looked at my car yet, and it's been almost a month, 2 weeks. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I looked in my van and I had a jumper pack, and I love those things, a little lithium ion jumper pack in case you kill your car or your van. You can jump start it and off you go. Great thing. You don't need a second car for a jump. I recommend them. Okay. Anyway, I never grabbed this thing, but I grabbed it and I threw it in my car because I was like, you know what? I should have this charged. So I grabbed it. I looked at it. It had a full charge. I was like, oh well. I took it with me anyway. So anyway, I'm sitting there and I am on my way to go to find something to do or whatnot in the day. Just relax, take my time, and just have a good moment for my life. And I was indecisive. Am I hungry? No. But I would like a coffee. But they're expensive. So, and I don't want to spend money anymore. I can't afford it. So, I drive around. And I go into a different neighborhood that I usually don't go into at all. No way. But I did. And I saw Starbucks. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I drove. I was like, you know what? I'll go to Chatfield State Park in Colorado. That has a nice dam. That's where I'm at right now. I'm on top of the dam near the, if you look on the maps and you look at the parking spot before you can walk on the dam, that's where I'm sitting right there. It's my favorite spot. I can look one direction, see the city. Look behind me in another direction, see a beautiful landscape of water and wildlife. Or I can look to the west and I can see the mountains and a beautiful sunset. And I should come here for sunrise. Anyway, that's beyond the point. So I get onto the road again. I'm driving. I'm like, oh, maybe I will get a Starbucks. I know I can't afford it, but I'm kind of addicted. So I sit there and I pull over into this area and I go in there and I'm sitting there and I'm still debating whether or not I want to actually get this. So I go into the drive-thru. I order a very small drink. I ordered a grande iced mocha with half of the sugar. And guess what? This is $6. Come on, Starbucks. Get over yourself. I make a better coffee. Everybody makes a better coffee. Anyway. So I'm sitting there and I sit there and I tell myself, you know what, I don't want it. I don't want your drink. I'll just sit in the drive-thru and go through. So I went around to the drive-thru and I sat there and I looked at her and I was like, hey. She goes, hey, that'll be $5.93. And I'm like, here's my money. Because she didn't hear me say cancel the order. So she hands me my drink and I give her a little bit of advice. Now this all plays into what's going to happen, okay? So you just need to stay right here. Okay, so anyway, I sat there and I was like, hey, thank you. And before I go, let me tell you something that you'll never witness in your life again. The star Betelgeuse is going supernova. And we should be able to see what it looks like from here. It might just be a big bright star for us, but we'll see a change in our night sky. And we may never see that again in our lifetimes. And it might happen by the end of the month. So anybody who's interested, look up supernovaing, novaing. So anyway, look up the, what do you call it? Someone's driving by right now, and I love it because they're looking right at me as I'm sitting here. Oh. That's that old guy. That's the old guy, I think. When I was here, like, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I saw him playing harmonica out, and he was pretty far away, he's at a picnic bench, but he was playing his heart out with his harmonica. And he turned around and he saw me, and I said, hey. He goes, hey. I go, hey, you're playing your heart to the world, aren't you? He goes, you're the only person who would notice. And he comes over and he starts talking to me. Then he gets closer. He keeps talking. Then he gets closer. And he keeps talking. At this point, I'm like, okay, this is a little uncomfortable, but I'll listen to what you have to say. And he started saying things like, you're the only person who ever noticed what I was doing. And he started describing his life, and then he went in, and I had to turn my head real quick, and he kissed me on my cheek. And then he tried to stop me from moving. And that's when a couple people from the area that came over got in between us, and I jumped in my car, and I left and I ran. And anyway, I think he works here. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's besides the point. That's the past. So anyway, I'm driving through the drive-thru, right? I get my coffee, I explain the Beetlejuice blowing up, and I'm on my way out, and I hear, I'm like, uh-oh. I've heard that before. That sounds like a dead battery on a car, and I keep driving. Just a little bit, and I hear, again. So I stop, I look around. Now, this parking lot is pretty packed, but I'm like, okay. So I do a quick little, in and out, and I reposition my car, and I go and I park in an area. I grab this jumper pack, and I walk over and I tap on his window, and I'm like, hey, and this is just some old white dude, right? I was like, hey, is your battery dead? He was like, yeah, it is. I was like, hey, you know what? It's fine. I've got this right here. Let's give you a jump. And so he goes, really? I go, yeah, go ahead. And so I have him pop the hood, and we lift it up, and I look for the connections. Now, this is my battery pack, and I show it to him. He takes a picture of it, and because he's like, that's a really handy device. I go, it is. And so I sit there, and I plug the connections in, and everything's got a good connection. I got a full battery, and I'm like, go ahead, start it up. It'll be like this. Snap my fingers, and he was like, okay. Went right up, and I was like, seeing them, and I was like, oh, okay, give it a second. Detach the cables, put him back on. I looked, the first jolt kind of woke up his system, right? So I go, okay, hit it again. And this time I knew, since he might not pay attention to how it needs to go, but I think he paid attention to why it died the first time. After it kicks over, right away, I go, okay, click, click, and I remove him. I pull it off, and he comes out, he gives me the biggest old smile. And this little old man, he's just looking at me, and he goes, you're amazing, thank you. What do I owe you? And I'm like, nothing. It's just about helping each other out, right? And he goes, yeah. And I go, yeah. And he goes, but what do I owe you? And I go, just give a smile to someone else next time you see someone. He goes, okay. And I was like, you have a fantastic and beautiful day. He goes, thank you. You too. And I was like, awesome. And I went to my car, and I got in, and I made my way here. Now, here's the lesson that I want you to learn and know, is that even if you're feeling bad, or the world is against you, and you feel like you can't help yourself, you know what you do? You help others. See, that's a part of the equation I don't talk too much about, because I always want you to invest in your core. But when you help others without any reward, you're just helping to help, magic happens. People smile. you feel better because you're now smiling. And that is the beginning of a healing. So yeah, while you might not be able to focus on yourself right away, it's really easy to help other people if you just look out and go there. Oh, here comes the guy again. It is totally him. I'm gonna wave hi. Oh, that's so funny. I'm waving to him even though he technically did something he shouldn't have. Anyway, I'm sitting here and I'm just smiling, having a good time. I get back in my car. People allow me to pull out, and you know what? There was no inhibitions. I helped him. He needed it right away. I was in the right place at the right time. The things I saw through the day. Okay, I grabbed my battery pack. My indecision about where I was going. Going to a couple different Starbucks until finally ordering. Telling a story about an exploding star. And here he goes again. That guy's awesome. Oh my God, I just called him awesome. Anyway, everything was set up. Everything was good. I went through it at the exact time I needed to in this life, in this universe, where this old man needed somebody's help. Because when I heard him turn that key a second time, I knew. Okay, I knew he didn't know what he was going to do. That was a turn of panic. The first time you turn your car and it goes click, 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 it's not going to do it again unless you let it rest for a good little while, so it might get a little charge up, right? So just pay attention. There's a lot of things out there to help you grow, from focusing on yourself and your inner core and making that strong, to reaching out a hand and just helping somebody who needs it. The world and the universe lined up perfectly for my day to help this old guy. I was there at the right moment, at the right time, for the right person who needed it. And everybody was good. And, I mean, come on. Isn't that beautiful? Just like you. Anyway, I sat there and I look at this and I think throughout all the times I talked to you that we need to focus on not only ourselves, but we do need to help others, okay? You might be locked, and I know someone who might be paying attention to this. Okay, now this is not the video I was talking about that would explain things, but this is something I want you to listen to, okay? You might feel locked, and you might think that there's nothing for you to do. But when you help someone else, there's a light that grows and it starts to blossom inside you. And you can nurture that. And you can take it into the world and share it with others. And the more you do, the more you get whole. To give you an idea, another time I did something. I was driving by in the wintertime, and I was with someone at that time, and I was driving, and there was this old guy. I'm always helping old guys. So anyway, he was sitting there trying to shovel his walk, and I was like, oh, he can't do this. So I pulled over and I parked my car and I went over there. I was like, let me help you, or at least let me do this. I could get this done really quickly. So I did. I shoveled this old guy's walk. Never spoke to him, never knew who he was. Just moved on. And it was pretty amazing because I helped somebody out. I knew, though, I was going to get in trouble. That's my ex. Now we know why they're my ex. They're not compatible with wanting to help. And a lot of people wonder how I got to this place to where I can work on my core and help other people. And really, it's a world of self-sacrifice and just the willingness to help others, because when you do, you make a connection and that grows. That's an effect. This old guy today, right, that I helped with his car, my energy mingled with his, right? And now he's going to go on. And he might tell that story to somebody else and tell them about who I was. And it just grows from there. I gave someone a smile. So in order to help me out today, because I was feeling a little down, and I didn't do this on purpose, it just happened this way. when I helped him, it made me feel good. It made me want to come here and talk to you and give you all this information. Only because, solo leveling is fine, but when you're in a party or a group, the world becomes much easier. And to all my friends, I'm doing my best to open up and be nice. Well, I'm always nice, but you know what I mean? Like, I have a hard time. I have a hard time saying things like, you. It's hard. But I'm going to start saying it. I need to be more expressive. Each and every one of you means something to me, and sometimes I get overwhelmed and I don't know what to do, but I take care of things slowly. Yes, I do. I might take time, but I'll get to it. And it's like I said before, it's a symbiotic relationship with you and the world and other people. So nurture it, okay? Now, I hope you had an amazing day. It's mid-afternoon for me. I don't know if I'll be able to make it in later tonight, so I just wanted to let you know I'm expressing from my heart. I love each and every one of you, and I am so thrilled to have you along with me on my journey. A new one is about to take place, and I have a big video to make for everybody. Some of you might not like me after it. Some of you might love me after it. I don't know. But as long as I'm here, I'm going to keep telling my stories. And as long as you're here, I'll keep giving you hugs. I love each and every one of you. And I mean that. You all have a beautiful night. Sweet dreams.